All right, welcome to our team call for March 3rd. Just a couple quick announcements. If you didn't see them in the team page on the banner, I always update all of the team announcements, like what's going on in the business, what's to come, just so you know to look at the banner for all of the things that are happening. But 30-day breakaway challenge packs and 9-week control freak are still on sale, $20 off. On March 22nd, there's a training for Let's Get Up, which is the new program in the Beachbody Champions page. Definitely highly recommend tuning into those to learn about new programs and who you might know that would be interested in doing that program. And then on March 23rd, we have Salted Caramel Shakeology, the seasonal flavor coming back. So if you are a salted caramel fan, that is definitely for you. Make sure you let your customers know, post about that in your challenge groups. Hold on a second, I hear feedback. Okay. Things like that are always really great for volume boosts, and volume equates to income. So you want to take advantage of every single launch, whether it is a program or a product. Get the current customers you have on board and involved, and also bring in new people. But I can say personally that really, sending out emails to customers about things that are up and coming, about products that are launching, it really does make a difference, and it does drive your volume, and it does drive your income. So if you're not really taking advantage of those new launches yet, definitely consider kind of getting a game plan around that, sharing a little bit about it, talking about it with your challengers, shooting out an email. If you do things like that, it helps. It really does. And the last thing I wanted to ask, because I posted in the team page about it today, but when I run the report in the Coach Online office, I can only see who hit Success Club numbers. I can't see who hit it in the last week. So I know that there's 3 of us that helped 2 people in the last week, and that's the only 3 that I know of. But I wanted to ask if any of you helped 2 people in the last week or know a coach that did. Please let me know by tomorrow morning, because I'm going to announce the winners of the Emerald Push. And I wanted to ask you guys, did you like the way that we had that accountability in the team page with the poll? Is that helpful to you? Like, I personally feel like I'm way more excited to get it done and go in there and click off all the buttons. And if that's helpful, maybe we should bring in some kind of a weekly poll, like a check-in like that. Because business accountability is really great. So I'm curious to hear your opinions on that.
It helped me keep on track on what I was supposed to do every day. And I'm like, oh shit, I did that. So I liked it in that sense.
Yeah, that's true, because I think sometimes we can tend to go through and think we've done it all, and then we go and we're like, wait, I need to do that still.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool idea, maybe to do every other month or every quarter, or something for newer coaches. Mm-hmm. And then for coaches who maybe have not been able to devote as much time, and then they can focus, okay, let's get our mind back focused and things like that.
And I think too, the accountability piece is when you're showing up and you're logging those things, not only does it hold you accountable to do them, but it makes you reflect on what it is you need to improve upon. If you're like, okay, well, I keep coming in to check off and I haven't done follow-ups, that might be a sign that you need to work on getting more confident with follow-ups, or overcoming objections, right? Or what to say when you follow up with people. So I think it's always good insight to reflect. And if you track what you're doing, that you always know, you can kind of connect the dots on the outcomes you're getting, because there's a direct correlation of the actions that you take to the outcomes that you get. And when you measure that and you track it, it helps you have a really good insight of what you need to be doing every single month to be hitting the goals that you want to be hitting. So anyways, thanks for those of you that participated. We're always trying to fail forward and try new things and see what works. So we'll definitely be doing some more accountability things like that in the future. I think that's really important this year, especially when a lot of us are missing going to events and in-person hype. So all right, I'm not going to chat anymore. We're going to give the stage to Miss Maggie Painter. I mentioned the other day in the team page, if any of you have a topic that you are rocking in the business right now that you would like to talk about or share what you're doing, something that's working for you, please reach out to me. Like, would love, love, love to have you share on team calls. And Maggie reached out to me. She's really excited to share her topic with us tonight. And I'll let her explain what it is. But thank you, Maggie.
You're welcome. All right. So the other day when I was listening to the National Wake Up Call, I don't know if you guys have listened to this past Monday's NWC, as it's called. Daniela Sanchez really just kind of struck a chord with me about things that she does for her coaches to be able to duplicate things to help them become successful. And one of the things that she talked about was how she doesn't want to overwhelm her coaches. And I know that when I first started as a coach, I was like, okay, how many groups now do we have? And like, oh my God, there's like so many fitness programs, and like, you're given everything all at one time. And then, you're also expected to, or not expected, of course, this is your business, whatever you want to make of it, but, be on things like team calls and do personal development and everything. So I was like, okay, well, what do I do that really helps my business grow? Like, bottom line, what do I do? And something that I always try to do with anybody that I talk to that seems super interested is I try to get them to talk on the phone with me. And I learned this from a guy named Josh Coates. If you guys don't know who he is, stay with Beachbody and with everybody long enough and you will. He has a really awesome coach book that I got for free. I don't know if he's like doing that promotion anymore, but he is awesome. And something that I learned from him is you really need to build your confidence, and you need to be able to talk to people about what you are doing and how it can help them. Because when people feel that connection with you, and when they hear the confidence in your voice, and when they can really just feel that you're a person and you're not just like, something on the internet talking to you, like trying to get you to buy something, then that really builds that trust. And so I kind of started to think, okay, well, maybe I should do a call about this. Okay, so I wrote down notes. I know, like the other day when Savannah did her call, I was like, damn, this was so good, all the PowerPoint. And I was like, I have not done a PowerPoint presentation since 2012, maybe before that. So I'm just going to take some notes, and, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll go from there. So what do you really, really, bottom line, need to know when you're signing someone up? Number one, what their goals are. Number two, what products we have that can help them reach those goals. And number three, you need a way to confidently communicate with them how what we have to offer can help them reach those goals. So how do we do that? How do we build the confidence to talk to our customers on the phone? Number one, know what we have to offer. And this is where newer coaches especially really need to take the time to go through what we have to offer. Go through the fitness programs. It's okay if you have not done every single program. I don't think anybody expects you to have done every single program. But, maybe if you're in between programs or you have an extra half an hour, try a program that maybe you would never do, but you might need to recommend it to somebody. For example, PiYo. I am not a huge Pilates or yoga fan, but I always recommend that program for people who need low impact. And I actually have tried that program when I, in fact, needed low impact. But at first, that was not a program that I was ever even interested about. But I knew that it would really help those people who couldn't do the higher impact stuff. So I did a program, I tried to work out you know, just get to know what we have to offer. You don't have to know everything about it, but that is huge. Get to know the nutrition plans, and that's going to take a little bit more time than just, you know, doing the workout. You're actually going to have to sit down and watch the videos. And, you know, just like you would expect other people to sit down and watch them and learn the program step by step, just sit down and watch, you know, half an hour a day and get to know the program. Even if, like, you know, like me, I personally hate the Ultimate Portion Fix. That program's not for me, but I love the 2B mindset. And I can talk about either one and know which one might be a little bit better to recommend to someone depending on their goals. So once again, you don't have to know everything about the nutrition plan. You don't have to be a dietitian. You don't have to, you know everything. You just have to know enough, and enough to be comfortable talking about it. You're not going to learn everything overnight. I cannot believe I've been doing this for 3 years already, but I would say that I really, maybe in the past like year and a half, my confidence in talking about what we have and how it can help other people has really just boomed. It's not going to happen overnight. What it will, or when it will happen, is when you firmly and truly 100% believe in what we do. And how you do that is through your own journey, which is why we're always like, focus on your own journey, post about, you know, what you are, what program you're doing, post about how it has helped you, post about, you know, things that you've overcome, post about your nutrition, post about what you're eating, post about everything, but focus on your journey, because that is really where the belief comes and where you're going to be able to build that confidence to talk to other people. Okay, be able to, oh, one more thing, rewind a little bit. I wanted to talk about becoming resourceful as a new coach, because I know, like, when I first signed up as a coach, I probably messaged Kelly 50 times in a 24-hour period. Like, oh my God, somebody wants to sign up. Oh my God, what do I do? And you know, in the beginning, there's like that excitement, and it's totally okay. But the quicker you find out where to find things, the quicker you are going to learn about it, and the quicker you are going to remember it, which is going to help you the next time. And then before you know it, it's going to become second nature. So if someone asks you a question and you're like, you know what, I don't know. And instinctually, you probably think like, I'm just going to go ask my coach. Maybe instead of doing that, think, okay, where can I maybe find this answer? And I know, like, in Empower to Lead and in Team Rising Tide Inner Circle, there are all those guide sections, well, units, guides, whatever they are, that have tons and tons of helpful information. And Google is a great resource. Sometimes I will go to Beachbody on demand and, you know, the coach office, and type in the FAQs like a question, and nothing comes up, and I'm like, what the hell? So I go to Google, and, you know, I can pretty much usually find it. Yeah, YouTube, exactly. There are so many places you can find things, and actually the more that you do that, the more you are going to learn. You'll pick up little tidbits of help and information from different things that you definitely would not have learned from just going straight to your coach and asking your coach. Of course, your coach is always there to help you, but learn to become a little bit more resourceful, and then you're going to get quicker at becoming confident. So number 2, be able to confidently talk about how what we have to offer has specifically helped you. And I know in the beginning, when I first became a coach, it was on a training call. I made a paper, or we did an exercise on a training call, and we made a paper like this. And it was divided up into 6 boxes. One was fitness, One was nutrition, one was Shakeology, one was community and support, personal development, and then the last one I put other / the coaching opportunity. Because I think in the beginning, when you are a new coach, it can be overwhelming to think about, okay, I need to start inviting people to the coach opportunity, because you're like, shit, I don't even know how to invite people to the regular opportunity. So when you're first a new coach, like, put the coaching opportunity on the back burner if you know you're more comfortable doing that. But what I did with these boxes is I put down, this is like my own here, in each thing, how, like, fitness programs, it's helped me to lose weight, tone up. It saves me time and money, not just by going to and from the gym, but because I don't have to get a babysitter. I know that I used to pay hundreds a month for personal training, and I have achieved just as good of results, if not better, with Beachbody. And hello, that is saving me so much money. There's no mask required. You know, in the past year, I always bring up COVID, because what we have to offer, I mean, you can't get COVID from Beachbody. You can't give it, you know. There's no, like, you guys know what I'm getting at. You don't have to wear a mask. It's awesome. Okay, nutrition plans takes the guesswork out of meal planning. Every week we provide a meal plan for you. Each nutrition plan comes with step-by-step video instructions that you can watch on your own time. And what I will do when I'm talking to someone on the phone is I will say little things like, I like this meal plan for you because XYZ, like, and be super specific. That's what you need to know about their goals, so you can specifically say why what we have can help them achieve that. So that's just what I did for me. I went through and just wrote how each one of those things has helped me. And then what you can do.
Hey, Maggie.
Yeah.
Will you tell me the categories one more time?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So just basically everything that we have to offer for Beachbody: fitness, nutrition, Shakeology, community and support, personal development, and then the coaching opportunity / other. And I mean, really, everybody's goals will fall into one of those categories, multiple of those categories. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people don't like to use scripts, but what I've really learned is that everything that anyone could possibly want to achieve from health and fitness will fall into one of these categories, if not multiple of them, and you can make each of them fit into their goals. And then before getting on a call with someone, you could take a blank piece of paper and write down their goals, and then under each category, write, okay, how can what we have with a fitness program help them achieve their goals? How can what we have with nutrition? And just do that with each box, so that when you talk to them, you can kind of go through and say, well, here's how we can help you reach your goals with the programs that we have to offer, with the 2B mindset, with the ultimate portion fix. Here's why I think you're really gonna love Shakeology, because you said one of your goals is, you know, XYZ, and this is how this can help you. Okay. And then, how do you get good at becoming confident? Practice. I know when I first started this, Kelly reached out to me, I think through a voice message, and that really had an impact. And I I remember in the beginning, I don't think I'd ever even received a voice message. I was like, whoa, what is this? This is so cool. And then I couldn't figure out how to do it for the longest time. But then when I finally figured out how to do it, I was like, wow, not only does this save me so much time from typing things out, but the more I did it, the more confident I became in my ability to talk about it. So even if you're like, right now, you're thinking, oh my gosh, that would be so scary to get someone to talk to on the phone. Like, I don't know, just practice with a voice message. Even if it's something like, hey, I just got your message. I wanted to let you know that I'm, headed to pick up my daughter from school, but I can't wait to let you know everything, that we have to offer, or I can't wait to talk to you about your goals, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Like, whatever, just talk. Get used to talking. And once you do that, you're going to start to feel more comfortable. People are going to hear it in your voice. They're going to hear the excitement. You are going to get more confident. Okay. Okay, so when I bring up the conversation about let's talk on the phone is after I know their goals and after I sent them some information. And I know too, when I was a brand new coach, and even now, like, what we have to offer is like so much information. Like, how do you condense that into, a couple of Facebook messages or Instagram messages to get someone to sign up with us? Like, it's, how do you do that? So I do my best. That's a whole other thing, but I send them, basic information. And then I'll say, look, I know I sent you a ton of information. Here is my phone number. I would love to schedule a time to talk with you in the next day or two, or whenever you have time, so we can go over all of this and how I think we can really help you to reach your goals. And then usually they'll say, oh, great, and then, sure, I'm free such and such a time. And that just really lets them know, like, that I'm there for them, that I care, that I'm not trying to sell them something, et cetera, et cetera. And then, honestly, what it really, really, really comes down to is not just practicing, not just, living it and doing it, but truly believing in the products that we have and how, just truly believing in and how they have helped your life and how they can help other people's lives. Because once you understand that, then the confidence is there. And I did a post in our groups today. Kelly and I were talking about how it can be frustrating for us when people cancel everything. And we're like, oh, they're canceling and they're saying, like, I don't have the financial means or whatever. And then you see them post about like their Peloton, and it's like, what do you mean? Like, so I did a post about how the value in what we have to offer is just, no one can beat it. And I truly believe that. Not only do I believe it, but I know it because I've done the research. And if you're like, oh, I don't know, Maggie, look up what gym memberships cost around you. Look up how much a class would cost to go to, that fitness bike cycle place. Like, I know people who pay $20, $25 an hour, or a class, which is sometimes less than an hour. And it's like, what? We provide all of this incredible, like, so many nutrition or so many fitness programs for you, world renowned, awesome trainers. You can get this for $99 for a year. What are you doing paying that much? That's their prerogative. And I always say, this is not for everybody, and that's okay. But rest assured that if you sign up with us and you are not 100% confident, or this is not something that you want to continue, you have a 30-day money back guarantee. You have a money back, you have a, you know what I'm talking about, a 100% money back guarantee on your first 30 days. And that usually gives people, you know, extra confidence. And I say, you know, and you're not ever locked into anything. I know, like, I have been a member of gyms where I've been locked into like a year-long membership, and then you try to get out and you can't. And, you know, you don't have to deal with that with us. So just, you know, always explain to them too that they have a way out if they decide it's not for them. So yeah, basically that's it. Know what we have to offer. Spend the time getting to know what we have to offer. You know, and maybe like if you haven't tried all of the different Shakeology flavors, or if you haven't tried the different energized flavors, like mix it up so that you are able to talk about the different products that we have. When people say, well, what's your favorite Shakeology flavor? You know, and I will say, well, it used to be chocolate, because that's the truth. It used to be chocolate, but now I kind of prefer vanilla because I feel like it's more versatile. I can put more vegetables in it. I mean, putting spinach in with chocolate, you know, but putting spinach in with vanilla and strawberries, you know, you can't really taste the flavor. So, and just be honest. You know, if someone asks you something and you do not know the answer to it, just be honest. I will tell people too, as far as Shakeology goes, that I never put it in a shaker cup and just shake it with water and go. I personally feel that is so gross. I think it tastes terrible. I would never do that. I always blend it. Just share what has worked for you. And something that I have taken Kelly up on, and I know Dana has offered it, and I'm happy to offer it as well, is to do a call with people that you are trying to, you know, talk to, but you're a little bit nervous, like, oh, what if I mess up? I don't know what to say. Say, hey, I'm still kind of new at this, but I would love to schedule a time where we can talk to my coach who, you know, can really help you to answer or help to understand the questions that you may have and answer any questions that maybe I can't answer because I'm new. So let's try to schedule a call. I'm happy to do that. I know Dana is, Kelly is, all the coaches on the team are more than happy to help however we can until you can develop that confidence. So once again, know what we have to offer, be able to confidently talk about it and how it has specifically helped you. How do you do that? You practice. You practice by sending voicemails first. And yeah, just truly believe and know that what we have is valuable and be able to explain why. So that's really all I have. Does anybody have any questions? And we could do like a mock phone call or two.
I just want to chime in on the piece where you said like you gained confidence by doing it. And it's like, I think it's all too easy in this business when we have so many resources and trainings and posts and calls and all of this stuff to like be a collector of information and like, okay, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to like work on that. And it's almost like sometimes we can get caught in the busy work of learning versus the taking action. And for me, I think back to like when I was a new coach and my back was so against the wall that I like flung myself into taking action, and I was not confident at all whatsoever, but I was excited. Like, I think that excitement is one of the biggest components to having confidence, because even if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, you can still be super excited. And when people know you're excited, people want to know what you're doing, right? Like if you think about someone that's like, oh my God, I just tried this new coffee at Starbucks and it was so freaking good. Like you're going to go drive there on your way home from work because you want to know what this coffee tastes like, right? Because they were so excited about it. It's the same thing with what we're doing. It's I guess the energy that you bring to the conversations that you have. You can say the exact same thing, but the energy that you have behind it shows if you're confident in what you're offering and if you're excited about it. And when you're excited, people are more responsive to that. So I wanted to tag that on, because I think what you're saying about the, like, get to, obviously be acquainted with your own journey, like being 100%. I'm just curious, has everybody on this call done a program start to finish to a T with a nutrition plan? Because I think that is one of the biggest ways to really grow confidence in what we have to offer, is to like really have that full on experience of like the discipline and the transformation and just the energy and the confidence you gain and the results you get. And when you match that with what Maggie's saying of like, do a little bit of research. Like if you haven't done a 3-day refresh, try one. If you haven't tried a Shakeology boost, order one. We're not saying go order $600 of products, but like if you can, buy one thing a month or every other month, just so that you can get acquainted with all the things we have to offer, collagen, Bevy, like we have so many cool things, beach bars. We love those on our house. There are so many things we have to offer beyond just a basic Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. And I often tack on, something to challenge packs. It might be Energize, it might be collagen. I always let people know that they get a discount on it when they add it to a challenge pack. But that's a really great way to expose people to things. And with that said, is that sometimes you will find that people might only stick around and use Beachbody On Demand. Like say they might cancel their Shakeology, but they order beach bars or they order Energize, right? So the more exposure that you can give people to things, the better. And one of the best ways to do that is to try it yourself, so that you can speak from the experience of what it does for you, how it makes you feel, why you like it, why your kids think it's a great snack to have after school so you don't hit up the drive-thru, right? And all of those things definitely add to the level of confidence you are bringing to conversation. So I think that was fantastic. Questions for Maggie?
Something that I do too, when people will ask me something and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know that. I'm not sure. I'll say, I will, when we get off the phone, I will send you some information on that.
Yep. I always say that too. I'm like, hey, let me go check in my leadership page, or like, let me go check our FAQ real quick. People don't care.
No, nobody cares that you don't have all of the answers. They just want to hear the confidence in your voice. They want to know you're going to be there for them. Honestly, and what we do really works, that's why we feel so confident in it.
Yeah.
I have to chime in first. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
So Maggie was my girl that we met in a random group. We got on a call after voice messaging. And she wanted zero anything to do with Shakeology, nutrition, anything. She wanted only fitness. Of course, I tried to get her to do challenge pack, and she was dead set against it. So we went that route. No joke, 4 days later, she then signed up for a challenge pack. She was that person that was like, why didn't I just get a challenge pack? Because now I spent more money. Like, it was like that whole thing. I'm like, see your case in point. The first probably year of you coaching, she only really offered the 2-week trial, right? Like for not only, but you were the person, like I was like, oh my God, no, don't do it. But you had this like system that you were like, no, like I need people, because that's how you started. So it was almost like you need people to try it. And then when they get sucked in because they love it, then they'll do it. And it was like, you had your own way of figuring it out. You weren't like the tech savvy girl. You were like, you just started on Streak like 2 weeks ago. It was all these things that it just goes to show so much of like, you don't have to have all the systems. You truly have to speak from the heart. You just have to show up. You have to speak the real life stuff and just be real. And you don't have to have the perfect graphics. You don't even have to she shows up on Instagram, but you're the first to be like, I just made a reel for the first time. Like, you're like, it's not all the
one of my goals
stuff.
is eventually to do awesome reels. But I know that, when I spend the time talking to someone and I'm like, hey, let's talk on the phone, I know I can get a yes. So, you know.
Well, I think it goes back to like, you have such a strong belief now. And I think we all probably see like in the past like year, like there was the period that you were like, oh my gosh, I can't even hit Success Club, or I hit one and blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden it was like something switched. And it really, I think truly is like the belief. And it goes like, I know, like you said, you've done like the research all over. Like you can say to your blue in the face, this is the cheapest thing you will ever do to get your results. And you just like are full force share that and everything. You go live now. I mean, who are you going live on social media? And you go live and you're like doing all these things. And then, but I think it's so relatable and real because things don't have to be picture perfect. You don't have to have perfect graphics. You don't have to do everything right. But if you can say how much this has helped you and why, and just show up every day sharing about that, like that's relatable. And I think then you get people on the phone, and people already love you because they already got you on the phone and they already know what you're about. And then you get on and it's like, okay, done deal. I'm here. I'll tell whatever you want me to do, I'll do. So It just goes, it's some of those basic things that we just kind of sometimes miss, and we just need to, go back to that.
Yeah. And remember too, when you have them on the phone, and even like when you're talking to them, it's always about them. It's always about them. I mean, you can say, well, this has helped me because, and this is what I found, and blah, blah, blah. But you always needed to put it back to them. And things that I will say, I think I learned this from a call too. I don't remember what her name is. It's been a while, but use phrases like when we get you started, so that they're already thinking like, okay, I'm going to do this, not like, so if you decide to, maybe check us out, then no, it's when we get you started, this is what we're going to do. So start already, planting the belief. Yeah. And the confidence in them that you already know because you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. The wording does definitely matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sheepish. It's not shy. It's not like, ooh, I hope. It's like, and I think too, when you show up confidently like that, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but like, I think sometimes people think that people that they're buying something from are like desperate for sale, right? And so it's like, please say yes to me, please say yes to me. Whereas like when you say like, I'm ready to get you started, it shows that you're confident and excited in what you have to offer, but you're also not necessarily reliant on them in a way. Does that make sense? And I think that makes it more attractive to me personally. I'm like, cool, you're confident. I want to work with confident people.
Exactly.
Well, they had like today, I shared in the group in the Slay Squad, they had a call last week that was just questions with Julie Voris and Holly Hillier. And I was listening to it today, and it was interesting because she's like, I'm not focusing on any single thing that has to, if you can find this in coach back office, like go do the work, like not focusing on that. I'm focusing on answering like how we deal with certain situations that are helping you like not progress in your business. And one of the simple things that they were saying in general was that when you get people that are either kind of like, yep, I'm all in, like I'm going to do this, you get the share cart, like ready to go. Well, or you send the share cart and then it's like crickets, because we've all had it, right? There's still some sitting in our inboxes, right? Share carts. And she, like Holly says, I'll just basically get on and be like, okay, so I want to make sure, because I'm getting you the absolute, like I want to make sure that I get you the best things that are going to work specifically for you and you get the best deal. 8:30 tonight, does 8:30 tonight work for you? Let's log on together and I'm going to walk you through the steps of it. It'll take no more than 5 minutes, but I want to make sure you're okay with everything that's in there. So it's almost like putting that personal touch of like, number one, okay, we got a time to get this done. Number two, I'm spending the time to help you. And number three, if you have any questions, like, let's do it, versus just sending them that share cart. And then you're like, who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it was interesting. She's like, when you have it in there, someone said like, how do you seal the deal, and how they said it. And Julia was like, seal the deal, first of all, is your problem. It was very interesting. She was like, that's your problem. She was like, your mindset is now there. You're not in it. You're in it to get the points. You're not in it to help the person anymore. And then Holly was like, and now you're going to take that 5 minutes to go log on and you're going to do the share cart with them because they obviously need that. So it was just simple little things that people do. And that's where I think the calls are like massive in Slay Squad to just learn and grow, like utilize those, use those in your drive to and from. It's my everyday to and from, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all the time. And that's where I get it because I can't make the call. So do it.
Yeah. I love it. Does anybody have questions for Maggie? Was this helpful to you? I think that what you shared is not just applicable for phone conversations, but it's definitely applicable, like where you said, take the notes of what their goals are and what they're looking for, what you would suggest, because I think that's really smart to plan a little bit ahead of time of what you're going to say to someone so that it comes across as, I understand what you want to achieve. I have something to offer you that I know is going to be the solution you're looking for. And I'm really excited to get you started. And that brings a whole different level of professionalism to our conversations also, I think. So I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you, Maggie. We really appreciate it. And I'm just cheering you on because it's just so awesome to watch you grow. And it's so cool to have you speak on a team call now from the place that you're at.
Well, I know, like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And I truly mean that, because I don't know how to do the fancy reels. One day I want to learn, but you know, when you only have a couple of hours a day to do everything, I'm focused on that back tracker. And it did take me 3 years to get streak, but I finally got it. Eventually, you know, slowly but surely, just do what you can and find what works for you. And when you develop the confidence and it shows, then other people are going to want to join you. And that's really all that really what matters. It's not how tech savvy you are or how many followers you have. It's all about helping as many people as you can and building your business. That's what we're all here for.
Yeah, and I think I love that you just say, like, I will choose the business activity tracker and the most important business building actions before doing all of the fancy stuff. And that's why your business continues to grow, for sure. So I love it. Thank you, Maggie.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening, guys.
We will see you next week.
Bye, guys.